Hi Nadeer, did you fix your sound?
I think I did. Very nice to meet you, Rob Christian. How have you been?
Yeah, I'm okay, but why are you calling me a coward, man? People are
Oh, yeah,
laughing.
very
People are laughing, man. I'm live
look.
almost every week, and you still keep me. You still calling me a coward on Skype in a text. People are laughing, Nadeer. Nobody's running for you, man. I'm here. Why didn't you call me? I told you many times. My Skype is open. Always when I go live, my Skype will be open. So why didn't you call me? Why are you looking for all kind of excuses? Want me to debate somewhere else? I don't do that. If you know my YouTube channel, if you Muslims want to debate me, they can call me live. That's my rule. I don't go somewhere else. So you want to debate now? We are here.
Okay, so if I understand you correctly, and I hope we can have a productive discussion where we don't. Well, I guess since you got the control to shut me up and all that kind of stuff, we don't have to do that. We could have a decent discussion. So if I understand you correctly, Rob, the debate challenge from modern day debate from James Coons, you are refusing that debate challenge. Is that correct?
How am I refusing anything? I'm here. Let us debate.
Okay, we can do it here. That's fine. We can do it.
Sure,
But
let's go.
James, okay, but Rob, James did you invite you on his show to basically have a fair debate where he would moderate it, and you are refusing that offer. Am I
Uh,
understanding it correctly?
listen, Nadir. Do you have any idea how many messages I get on daily basis? Do you
Okay,
think I read
and
all my messages that I get? If I show you my Skype, you'll go crazy. If I show you my Facebook, you'll go crazy. So you think I'll read every message that I receive?
okay, so
I have a personal life, you know. Get tons of messages. People who have been following me for years, they know how much spam I get. So you think I will read every message that I get in?
okay, so are you accepting the challenge then?
I accept the challenge right here, right now. Let's do it now.
We can do it here. But what about James's challenge? Do you accept
No,
that one?
no, I do it here. Do you accept
Okay,
it?
so I will then relate back to James that you are not accepting the debate challenge to debate on his platform, the modern day debate.
We are
So
here.
just so we're all clear.
Listen.
Yes, yes.
If you want
Okay,
to
you are
debate
running.
me,
Allahu Akbar. Okay,
Allah, who's Allahu Akbar? What are you talking about? We are here. Let us debate, man. Why are you running? Who's running?
okay.
Why
We
are
are
you
just taking
crying? Let us debate.
we we are just taking a couple of some housekeeping items first to make sure that you are not accepting his debate challenge. And so that's why I called you a
Idiot!
coward.
I didn't even read the message.
Okay.
I'm here. Let us debate right here, right now. Come on.
Okay.
We are
Okay,
here,
so
right? So why are you
so
why
you're
are you crying? Let us do this.
okay, so let's do this. Let's do this discussion. And as you know, my expertise is in Quran and science, and we have been winning
You
these debates in spectacular fashion. And
really?
so we can debate the topic.
Okay.
Does the
Let's do it.
Quran or the Bible contradict science? So what's the format going to be?
Uh, if you know what I do, my YouTube channel is about Islam. So I want you to defend your Quran and your Prophet. Are you willing to do that?
If we have a good format, like equal time, yeah.
Now go ahead. Okay. You
Only
wanted.
2 minutes back and forth.
I saw that you wanted to talk to me about embryology, right?
Oh, we could do that definitely.
Sure. Go ahead. Tell me.
Okay.
Tell me how your Quran is correct about embryology.
Okay, so let's first talk about a format. Let's do 2 minutes back and forth each person. Can
No,
we do that?
no, we cannot.
Ah, okay,
I
so you don't
ask
want a
you a
format?
question, you answer.
Okay.
You want to talk
Uh-huh.
about embryology? Let us do this. You know,
Okay.
I'm not like you. I don't need to prepare weeks and weeks ahead and write 10 paper reading that you call debate.
Okay.
Even my 7-year-old nephew can do that. If you want to debate me, we talk like a normal human being. I don't that joke stuff. I don't do that.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, so
Everybody
then
can read a 10 paper reading and call it a debate. That's not debating, my friend.
okay, so let's do embryology, and then can we talk about scientific errors in the Bible after that?
No, we cannot. We
Okay. All
my
right.
topic is Islam. You want to do that? Why
You
are you laughing? Why are you laughing? My channel. Listen,
okay.
Abdul.
Okay. Okay.
My channel is about Islam. You are here to defend Islam. You are very welcome. You want to have some jokes? Go play somewhere else.
Okay, good. No problem. No, it wasn't a joke. It was a serious question. So you can't defend the Bible. We
I
can do Islam, no problem. We can just do
Listen,
Quran and
my
Hadith.
channel is
Okay.
about Islam. Every YouTube video that I produce is about Islam. That's my.
Okay.
You said your expertise is science. Let us talk about science in the Quran. Let's go.
Absolutely. Let's do that. Okay.
Okay.
So I will begin by making a very clear statement. The
Mm.
Quran is in 100% harmony with modern science.
Really?
There is no docket. Well, if we look at the journals, like in academic journals and
Mm.
peer-reviewed articles, you will never find a single one which contradicts the modern science.
Really?
And so, and whatever you present will be based on your own wacky interpretations, but you will never be able to bring a periodical, a journal from a reputable online source to show a contradiction with the Quran. Go ahead.
Nadir Ahmed, I hope you're joking, all right?
This is your time. Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't do time, my friend. I'm here to discuss. Here, this is the embryology that you love to talk about. Can you read it? Read the Arabic and translate, please. Chapter 23, ayah 14. Chapter 20, chapter 23, Surah Al-Mu'minun, ayah 14. Explain it.
Okay, sure. We will go ahead and look at this, but notice Rob Christian is failing the challenge. I've challenged him to produce something from academic record, peer-reviewed.
The Quran is not academic. Listen, the Quran is not academic. Is that what you're trying to say? Is the Quran not academic?
Okay, see, now let me make sure it's clear to everybody what my challenge to you is, okay? Now, I have stated that there is no explicit statement in the Quran which contradicts documented scientific fact found in books, periodicals, journals, and reputable sources. Now, I'm going to challenge you.
I challenge you to prove that chapter 23, ayah 14 is correct, scientifically correct. Go ahead.
Okay, now I will go into this, but I want people to understand this is personal analysis. And sure, we can talk about personal analysis, and we can do that. But I want to make it clear that Rob Christian has failed.
Why are you already crying, man? Why are you? I want to talk about chapter 23, ayah 14, which is the ayah to go to when we want to talk about embryology stages in the Quran.
Okay, thank you. So let's do the personal analysis of the scripture. What do you want me to understand about this? What's your question?
Chapter 23, ayah 14. Read it and explain it to me.
Okay, then we made sperm into a clot of congealed blood. Then of that clot we made fetus, a lump, and then we made out of that lump bones and clothed the bones with flesh. Then we developed out of it another creature. So blessed is Allah, the best of the best to create. Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, go ahead, explain. You're the Muslim. I will listen to you, and let's see what you have to say about this ayah.
Yeah. So this one verse over here has won acclaim all throughout the scientific community. We have seen people like Professor Keith Moore and many others than them who have looked at this, and they have come to the conclusion that this is truly something which
Wait. Did you mention Keith Moore?
Can I finish my point, please? Which agrees with modern science. And not just him, but many other people other than Keith Moore. So, yes, this is really an incredible, and you actually pointed out that based on their knowledge, this absolutely lines up with modern science. Go ahead.
Okay. You know that Dr. Keith Moore has been lied to back in the, in the 80s when they invited him to that country, and they gave him a false translation, and he said, the Quran, as I can read it right now, is correct about it. So when he came back, actually he found out that they have given him a false translation, and I know, Nadeer Ahmed, you don't know a single word Arabic. You are reading false English translation, and you think that's the Quran. No, the Quran was sent down in Arabic. They should have given him the correct translation of this ayah. Then he would have said, no, Allah is wrong. Muhammad stole it from people like Galen. We know that Galen, his work reached Persia, right? Persia by the translated work of Galen reached all the way to Persia. And we know that there was a companion of Muhammad who studied medicine there, and he studied under the work of Galen. He learned from Galen's work that was translated from Greek to Aramaic, and when he graduated, he went to Mecca and he became a Sahabi, and there was where Muhammad got the information from that he put in his Quran, for example, in this ayah. And we know Galen's work is wrong, right? So please don't talk about Keith Moore, because Keith Moore actually pees at Myers, or PZ Myers actually is is actually spanking the Quran. We made a video about it. And PZ Myers, who is an embryologist, modern day embryologist, he said the Quran is wrong. It's nonsense. So what do you want to say about it?
Okay, so let me first kind of circle back to the debate-winning argument that there is no explicit statement in the Quran which contradicts documented scientific fact as found in books, periodical journals, or online reputable sources. And as you saw, Rob Christian failed to produce any kind of literature like that. And
Really?
that makes the Quran unique. Now let's go to the issue of embryology, which he stated. He said that basically Keith Moore was given false translations or something like that.
Yes.
But the problem is, did he show any real evidence to support it? It's nothing more than a conspiracy theory. But the problem gets worse. It's not just Keith Moore. It's E. Marshall Johnson. It's TVN Prasad. It is Dr. Torshia. And these are all people other than Keith Moore who has looked at this verse and were absolutely amazed at its scientific.
How is this Okay, how is this scientific? Read the ayah and explain to us
Hold
how
on, let
this
me
is
finish my
scientific.
point.
How is this scientifically correct? Go ahead. I'm waiting. I'm
Okay.
still for you to I'm waiting for you to prove to everybody who's listening and watching, to prove to us how this ayah is scientifically correct. Read it and please explain to us how this is correct. How is this correct, and how does it agree with modern day science? Because I believe that all these so-called embryologists that you mentioned, they all have been given all a false translation. Prove to me that they did not get any false translation for this ayah. They were actually giving them word for word correct translation. And I want you to explain to us how this ayah, I'm showing the ayah on the screen, and still you didn't prove, you only read it. I'm still waiting for you to tell me how this ayah is scientifically correct. For example, then we made the sperm, it says sperm, nutfa, right, into a clot of congealed blood. First of all, what did Allah do with the egg of the woman? The egg of the woman is not mentioned at all. According to Allah, the sperm, the nutfa, actually semen, this is false translation again. Nutfa is not sperm. Nutfa in Arabic is semen. So this is already a false translation. This is your translation, Yusuf Ali, not mine. I'm not the one who gave this false translation that is on the screen. It's talking about semen that became dead congealed blood, right? Meaning blood that is dead. Can you tell me how living tissue without the egg, right? Allah don't forget to mention the egg of the woman. He's talking about semen. Suddenly the semen becomes congealed blood, and then the congealed blood became, right, became a lump of flesh. But wait, it's dead blood. Dead blood. How can that blood become flesh that is alive again? And then if we continue, it says, then we made out of that lump flesh bones and clothed the bones with flesh. That already is a false statement, because let me show you, Nadeer Ahmed, let me show you what modern science say today. This is modern science, and I hope that the screen is showing correct. It's showing. You see, here is modern science. This is what modern science tell us. There is a layer here, this reddish color layer is called mesoderm. Mesoderm. This is modern science. It's responsible for forming the tissues such as flesh and bones. And modern science tells us that this layer, the mesoderm, develops the flesh and bones simultaneously, meaning at the same time. But the ayah of the Quran is saying that first you get from the semen, right, which is living tissue, basically, of living cells. Semen becomes dead blood, and the dead blood, zombies, become blood clot, right? Sorry, the blood clot becomes a lump of flesh, living again, right? Then the lump flesh becomes bones. And then bones, after becoming bones, you get covered by flesh. That's a lie, because the bones and flesh are developed simultaneously, Mr. Nadeer Ahmed. Did you even take biology classes, Nadeer Ahmed, before agreeing with your Quran? Go ahead.
Okay, well, you know, one of the problem, Rob, is you cut me off in the middle of my refutation of your original points. So now I have your points from the last couple of minutes you talked, and I got all of this I got to respond to. So I would appreciate if we are going to have a fair debate.
This is this
You know-
one ayah, Nadeer. Stop crying. This is
Okay.
we are only talking about one ayah and one ayah alone. I didn't even bring
Yeah.
10 ayahs. I didn't then do the machine gun tactics that you Muslims always do when you talk about our Bible. I'm talking about one ayah. Are you saying that you can't? You can't address
Well,
just one simple
can I
ayah of the Quran?
respond? Can I respond?
Yeah, stop crying and I respond.
Okay.
Respond about my
Yeah.
points that I made. Because I just destroyed your Quran.
Okay, so please, I will ask the second time not to interrupt me when I'm trying to make it is my turn to speak, because then we can't have an intelligent debate, and this shows cowardice on your part, Rob Christian. So anyways, let me finish. I guess I have a
Nadeer,
whole
stop
bunch of
crying.
stuff I
Please
gotta
answer the
respond
question.
to.
Answer
I have to
my
respond-
questions. Stop crying,
Oh,
please. You already
so
are
now
crying. You already are crying. What's wrong with you? Are you a kid? Answer the questions that I asked.
Okay.
I hope
So
you took notes and answer my questions.
But please, Rob, allow me to please stop interrupting me, okay? So I can.
I will interrupt you if you keep crying, man. I don't have all the time of the world. You know, I can only go live so now and then. I have a really busy personal life. People who follow my YouTube channel, they know I'm a busy person. So now we are here. Stop crying. Stop wasting my time and your time. Stop crying and answer the question about chapter 23, ayah 14. Go ahead.
Can I ask a question?
I'm waiting. Stop crying. I'm waiting.
Okay, so my question is, so in this debate, you will dictate when I can speak and what I can speak and for how long. Is that true?
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you to answer the question. I'm not going to
Okay.
repeat myself. Also, I'm going to hang up on you, Nadeer. You're wasting my time now. You're wasting everybody's time. I'm still waiting for you to answer the questions.
Okay,
I
well,
hope you
there
took notes so that I don't need to repeat myself again. Please answer my questions about this ayah. Go ahead.
Okay, so you gave me a lot of points, and I understand I am to be dictated to when I can speak, what I can speak. So you did say that the issue about egg is not mentioned in the Quran. Is that your argument? Therefore, it's wrong. Is that
Allah
Is that
is
what you-
saying, Nadeer, if you
Okay,
can
you've
read,
made a lot of points.
even if you can you read the
answer?
Arabic? Can you show me the word egg, baida? No. Allah decided to leave out the egg completely, showing clearly that Allah is an ignorant, fake God. There is nothing called Allah in Islam. It's always been Muhammad. It's the man in the book and the man. It's Muhammad, right? Who was actually fabricating these ayahs by, like I said earlier, from Galen that he got from Al-Harith ibn Qallada, who was a Sahabi. Al-Harith ibn Qallada learned and studied under the work of Galen. He went then to Mecca and he became a Sahabi. He even married the aunt of your Prophet, and he was a Sahabi for 2 decades. For 20 years, he was a Sahabi of Muhammad, a companion of Muhammad. So Muhammad was learning from Al-Harith ibn Qallada or Qalda, whatever his name is, and he was getting information about the embryology stages that he learned under Galen, and he put it in the Quran word for word. Everything Galen said, everything that Galen, all the stages that Galen mentioned are described here in the ayah of the Quran in chapter 23, ayah 14. Go ahead, man.
Okay, so let me go ahead and address the issue about the egg not being mentioned. So this is a logical fallacy of argument from silence. An argument from silence is an informal fallacy that occurs when someone interprets someone's or something's silence as being anything more than silence. So this is a fallacy of your argument. The Quran is not a scientific text. But I think what is
the Quran is what? Is what not? Is not what? Nadeer, you want to talk about
Rob,
science, and now the Quran is suddenly not a scientific book anymore.
Okay.
No, I'm not I just want to understand. You just said the Quran suddenly is not a scientific book, but you want to talk about the science, the so-called miracle of science in the Quran. That we have a contradiction here, Nadeer.
Okay.
You created a contradiction for yourself.
Yeah. Okay, so at this point, Rob, I would like to end our discussion. It looks like you are running away. You ran away from modern day debate.
We are here. Who's running? You want to go? You want to go, right, Nadeer? You want
I
to go?
can't
Right?
debate like this. I can't
Listen,
debate
you
with you
came to
all
cry
endlessly.
and you came to give me demands. I'm asking you a simple question. I already tap dancing. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's very hard to debate someone who's going to dictate what you can speak, when you can speak, and interrupt you at any time. That nobody can win a debate
You
like
know,
that.
the people
So I don't feel
in the
too
chat
bad.
are laughing. You came to prove science in your Quran, in your man-made
No,
book
I
called the
came to
Quran.
prove,
Suddenly,
Rob.
when we are talking about science, suddenly the Quran is not a scientific book anymore. While you Muslims have always been crying to us, the Quran contains scientific miracles. Suddenly, it's not science anymore. Quran is not
No,
scientific
Rob.
book anymore.
You misunderstand me. I came here to expose you as a coward running from modern day debate
Who
where
is
they held a
coward? Did I
fair debate.
accept? Did I accept your call or not?
No, you didn't accept modern day debates challenge to
First
debate
of
on
all,
fair
I
terms.
didn't read. Listen. First of all, I didn't read that message. I received tons of messages. You're a nobody. You're a nobody, Nadeer. I have no idea who that guy is. That's number one. Number two, I am here almost every week. If Muslims want to debate me and they want to prove that the Quran is not a man-made book and Muhammad is a fake prophet, Muslims are always welcome to debate us. Now you're showing everybody that you are crying over and over. When I ask you one simple question in between, you always started to crying and say, I can debate like that. I am showing you how you are contradicting yourself. You want to prove science in your Quran. Suddenly, Quran, when it comes to that, Quran is not a scientific book anymore. Do you see how inconsistent you are?
No, I'm not. The problem
Yes, you are.
really
And people
hard.
are laughing, man.
Well, of course, because
You're wasting. You're wasting
well,
time. Nadeer,
Rob,
prove it. Prove the science in this ayah. Stop crying. Go ahead.
okay, so the only way I can continue is you promise to stop interrupting me. If you can
Go
do that,
ahead.
we can continue this debate.
Go ahead. When I feel the need to ask a question, when you make a claim, I need to address it, Nadeer. Like I said, my channel is either you spank me or I spank you. I'm not here to give you 5 minutes to talk and everything you said. Then when you're done, I already forgot what you said 5 minutes ago or 3 minutes ago. When I catch you with a lie or with a contradiction, I'm going to spank you and put you in your place, Nadeer Ahmed. That's my style of debating. I don't allow a Muslim to read for me a 10-minute reading. We are here to talk like grown-ups. If you want to do that kind of debates, go play somewhere else. Here, either you spank or you spank me. All right? You spank me or I spank you. That's it.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that style of debating. It's how people protect themselves from being exposed. So that's not,
Nadeer. No, the only one who's getting exposed until now. You didn't answer one claim that I made. Right?
Well,
the egg. You don't want to talk about it. Suddenly, the Quran is not a scientific book. You mentioned Keith Moore. Keith Moore actually later, when he found out that he was being lied to by giving him a false translation, suddenly Keith Moore is not good enough. Do you want me to show you what Keith Moore said? I have actually the quote what he said in his book. Do you want me to show you what Keith Moore said about the Quran after finding out that they lied to him? I can show you what Keith Moore said.
Well, I would like to have a fair debate is what I'd like without interruption.
I will show you. I will show you Keith Moore, but I want you to prove that this ayah agrees with science, and don't contradict yourself all of a sudden and say that the Quran is suddenly not a scientific book. You Muslims believe that this ayah agrees with science. Now suddenly it's not. So prove to me that this agrees with scientific books. So maybe you can invite me to Islam. Maybe I can become a Muslim today, Nadeer Ahmed.
Yeah. Well, I hope you can sympathize from my perspective over here. I mean, I'm debating a guy who can dictate to you when you can speak, what you can speak, and interrupt you at any time. Nobody can win a debate like that. So your rules are clearly in your favor, so you don't get exposed, Rob. So that's why you're refusing to have a fair debate. Okay.
Answer.
Yeah, I mean, but if you can have like moderate a debate where you have equal amount of time,
I don't have time for that. I don't have time. We are here. We're live. Go ahead. Answer this ayah.
Well, you've brought up 100 points. Which one do you want me to answer?
All of them.
I can't pick one.
Yes, you can. I'll give you 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay, you'll give me 3 minutes. Okay, excellent.
Awesome. I want you to refute one by one.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, okay, the most important point here about what Rob Christian is bringing up, it's not coming from the scientific community. Look, everything, and I'll address them one by one, but everything he's bringing up is his own personal analysis, is what I've been saying all night. The claims of scientific error in the Quran do not come from the scientific community. Rather, I brought up 4 world-renowned embryologists, which has actually looked at this verse and confirmed that this verse is scientifically accurate and is even reached into peer-reviewed articles in journals. Rob Christian couldn't bring up one name. Do you know why? Here's the reason why. Because the scientific community will never endorse the views of this type of criticism and of Rob Christian, this type of so-called alleged scientific errors. And I think that's very important to understand that the question really which Rob has to answer is, how is it that you have so many embryologists confirming the veracity of Islam, but you cannot bring a single reference but your own bogus interpretations? And so let's go ahead and let's look at them one by one. We've already debunked the claim that, okay, well, the egg is not mentioned in the Quran, therefore the Quran is positively asserting egg is not used in fertilization. This is an argument from silence, as we said. And then the second, again, this is all coming from his personal analysis. These are not criticisms from the scientific community. The second point which he raised, he says, look, the muscle and something or another, muscle and bone, they form simultaneously. If we read the text carefully, the Quran never states which one comes first, which one comes second. That is nowhere to be stated in the text of the Quran. So here we see that Rob Christian is reading science into the Quran, which it doesn't belong there. So again, this is a classic example. I remember someone approached me and said, "Oh well, the scientific miracle claims are all based upon Muslims reading science into the Quran." It's the scientific error claims are based upon people reading into the Quran what's not there. So Rob Christian now has to defend his argument. Show us in the text of the Quran where it says bones are formed first and then flesh. That's just not there. So to sum up, what I'm saying, we all saw Rob Christian ran away from debating but scientific
Nadeer,
error
are you
in the
done,
Bible.
Nadeer? 3 minutes are over. Are you done?
Is that my 3 minutes?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Nadeer, listen, Nadeer. The first minute, I actually was looking at the clock. The first minute, all you did was crying and crying and crying. I'm still waiting for you to refute me. Abdul, you don't even know one word Arabic. It says فَخَلَقْنَا الْمُضْغَةَ عِظَامًا. Right? Fa in the Arabic means then. Then we made out of the lump of bones and clothed the bones with flesh. Fa, again, fa always means then. Then. You know what then means? You use the word then, fa, when you're done with the first step. So yes, the Quran is saying, and this is not my translation, this is Yusuf Ali. And I challenge you to call Yusuf Ali a liar when he's saying, then we made out of that lump. So the word then is used, fa. We made out of that lump bones. So the flesh becomes bones. So we have only bones. We have basically a fetus, and a fetus, let's say, a small, tiny little baby that is looking like this. So in this stage, according to Allah, this is, let's say if you are married, Nadeer, your baby will look like this in the womb of your wife. Kuchiku, right? Like a skeleton baby. Look how cute this baby is. So let's say, God forbid, your wife drops the baby, she gets a miscarriage. We can say to Nadeer Ahmed, congratulations, you just became a father to a skeleton baby. Now show me one embryologist who will agree that at that very stage, the fetus or the embryo would look like this. No flesh covering the bones. So after, then the bones are covered with flesh. That's what the ayah is saying. So how is modern science agreeing with this? Actually, modern science refute this, and I talked about this before. Modern science, that they say that there is something called the mesoderm, and go and see what P.Z. Myers has to say about it. I made a video, actually I made 2 videos about it. P.Z. Myers agrees with me. He's a modern embryologist. He called Keith Moore a liar, but he did not know that Keith Moore actually was handed a false copy, false translation of the Quran. They didn't give him the correct translation. Actually, P.Z. Myers, who is a modern embryologist, is actually a professor at the university. He agrees that with modern day science that the Quran is wrong because flesh and bones are developed simultaneously. But the Quran says first you have the bones, then the flesh covers the bones like a jacket. And this is what Keith Moore later had to say in his book, when he made a book in 1998 on page 15. Go check it out. He says the Quran, after discovering that he was lied to, right? The Quran pretty much copied from the works of Galen. You see it? Which came before Muhammad and Islam. So here's what we can conclude. This sequence is scientifically wrong. Galen said these embryology stages 500 years before Muhammad and the Quran. And I told you that Muhammad got that work from Al-Harith ibn Qallada, who became a companion of Muhammad after graduating in Jundi Shapur in Persia, modern day Iran, today's Iran. He went to Muhammad, he became a companion, and Muhammad started to plagiarize the work of Galen. And actually Galen and the Quran agree word for word, but Galen is wrong. Look, this is what Galen had to say. I did my research, Mr. Nadeer Ahmed. Galen actually, Muhammad stole from Galen, copying word for word. Look, this is what Galen said 500 years before Islam. Water of the man, semen, a nutfa, and the woman, no egg. Galen, at that time, the Greek scientists didn't know that there was something called an egg. So he thought that men and women have semen, nutfa. That semen becomes menstrual blood, congealed dead blood, so you're basically a zombie. That blood becomes lump of flesh, unshaped flesh, and that flesh becomes bones, and then the bones are covered by flesh. Flesh then grows around the bones. That's what Galen thought 500 years before Muhammad. Muhammad stole it and put it in Quran in chapter 23, ayah 14. Go ahead, Nadeer. I want you to refute my points. Stop tap dancing, please. Till now, you didn't refute anything.
So I got some bad news for you. So that bad news is I talked to P.Z. Myers. We had a debate and discussion. It was more of a discussion on these very points which you have raised. You can find that on my YouTube page, and he does not agree. He does not agree with you. He did not take any issue from a scientific perspective on the verse in question. Number one,
you're lying actually, because
okay. Can I please continue?
No, because I can play a video right now and show that P.Z. Myers is destroying your Quran. So stop lying about P.Z. Myers and forcing words inside his mouth. You're lying about him. Shame on you. All right.
Okay. Could you? I challenge you. Go to my YouTube page. Okay.
No, you go to my YouTube. What about you go to my YouTube page and play that video and spank yourself? And I challenge you. Listen, Nadeer Ahmed. You can laugh all you want, but the last one who laughs best. That's me today. You can go and play my video. I will even send you the link. Watch that video, spank yourself, and leave Islam, Nadeer Ahmed. And I want you, while you're spanking yourself, record it and put it on YouTube so that we can laugh about you. All right? So again, if you're going to lie about P.Z. Myers, not am I going to mute you and kick you, but I will even actually ban you. So stop lying about P.Z. Myers. Stop being a little liar. People are not stupid. We have watched what P.Z. Myers said about the Quran. Stop lying. Specifically about this ayah. Go ahead.
Are you going to interrupt me again? I
will interrupt you when you lie about people. Yes, I will interrupt you when you lie about P.Z. Myers.
Okay. Well, now, could you go to my YouTube channel and you can look at my discussion?
No, I have the video. You want me to play the video of P.Z. Myers? Calling the Quran?
Rob, please allow me to speak. We have recently had a discussion. You may not know of it. It is on my YouTube channel. I would invite you to go to my YouTube channel so you can see our latest discussion. And we had the same discussion with him. Okay. And so from that discussion, it was concluded he did not have an issue with this verse from a scientific perspective, but he did raise issues on Galen. That is what we talked about. Now, if you can go to my YouTube
I just
channel,
showed, but listen, Nadeer. I just showed you that Galen and the Quran
okay, let's talk Galen.
agree word for word with the Quran. That's what Galen thought about the Quran, word for word. Muhammad copied and put it in Quran, word for word. Semen.
Okay.
Semen becomes congealed blood. That blood becomes lump of flesh. Then that lump of flesh becomes bones, and bones are covered with flesh like a jacket. That's what Galen, word for word, claimed 500 years before Islam. And still you didn't refute anything. You're only saying P.Z. Meyer said this and P.Z. Meyer said. I can show you also a video where P.Z. Myers is saying, and I'm showing what modern science actually saying. Is this modern science or not? Is this modern science or not? Claiming that the Quran is actually false because the bones and the flesh develop simultaneously, and the responsible layer is the mesoderm, who actually is responsible for forming that tissue, the flesh and the bones. But the Quran says first you have the bones, and the bones are covered with flesh. So actually modern science call your Quran a lie and your prophet a fake prophet, who is under my shoe, Ya Nadeer Ahmed.
Well, and you're right. I'm not responding to you because it's hard to respond when you get interrupted.
Okay, go.